Next up, we're going to add a little blinking light effect to this cab light bulb. It's singling out the overlay layer because if I go to the drawing tab and look at the light bulb, the overlay layer has this yellow blob on it. Now, on its own, it's pretty underwhelming. I want you to bring in an overlay layer filter by hitting the Enter key, connecting it up to your light, and connecting it to the far left of the composite. Now we'll see the yellow. And then we're going to add a blur, Gaussian blur, and hit the little blue flower to render preview. Great. Now all these stacks of effects can get quite visually intense, so what we can do is select these two, press Ctrl or Command G to group them, and there we've created our group. We can rename this group FX-G close, and then go inside the group through this arrow here, and now we can continue editing our stack. Next up then, we're going to add a glow. Again, Alt or Option to connect it in below it. You can see the preview straight away. I'm going to adjust this inside the properties to use source color, increase the intensity. 2 is maybe a bit too much. I'm going to stick with 1.2, and then the radius you can adjust again, that's more blurriness. Okay, so there's my light turned on. You can also not use source color and choose from down here if you want to have a color that's different to what you have in your light. I'll just choose an orange to show you a different example. And then we need the transparency node underneath. Inside the transparency settings, you'll see this is 50% transparent. So 100 means it's 100% on, 0 means it's opaque. So you just need to remember that when you're animating it. We're going to switch from 0 to 100, 0 to 100. I'm not going to tween between them or anything like that. And remember this setting from before, this little blue squiggly line, which is a very small version of this set motion keyframe here. Well, with the transparency node selected, I'm going to press the letter O. To jump to it, again hit that plus icon. We can set this to 0, press the return key and it sets a key. I'm going to say every 20 frames it turns on and off. So I'm going to set this to now 100. Sometimes it's easier to type the number. And now I've got a switch. I could copy and paste that. So we now have the light switching on and off for the length of the scene. You might be wondering at this stage, how do I render something and see the effect without actually going up to File and Export Movie? Well, I prefer to File Export Movie most of the time anyway. I'll use the preview play like this. It will give me enough of an idea for the animation. But you can actually use this one here, which is called Render and Play. Just be careful with this because it does create a load of frames inside your project folder. And it's also not the fastest thing to work with in the world because it goes through this double process of rendering, almost the same as rendering an actual movie. If you want to know where those rendered frames go to your project folder and look inside the frames folder and you'll see all the preview images that it's outputted. They're around about 0.5 MB each on this one, so it can bloat your folder very quickly. All you've got to do if you want to get rid of it is go inside there, Control or Command A, and then just delete them. I prefer to have a folder on the outside of my project folder called Exports and put all my exports in there for preview and rendering purposes. So that's our little lighting effect tutorial. Next up, we're going to look at some flight with a bird, some animation loops, some retiming, and doing some nice smooth motion paths.